So they're saying that David is hiding out in Texas, and there have been massive discoveries about Celeste's body. So things are changing now since David was named as a suspect yesterday. Things are increasing rapidly, and I'm here for it. Hey guys, that's Murad Murali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Daily and consistent content. Do subscribe, please, for continuous updates on the David's case now that things are picking up steam. And let's get into this video where TMZ have put up a massive discovery about Celeste's body. It was, named yesterday that David officially was treated as a suspect via LAPD, even though official documents have not been released. This is their stance, and also that David is being difficult. He's not cooperating with the LAPD. He's not listening to them, not answering the phone calls, not going to the meetings. Instead, he's all the way in Texas whilst LAPD are dealing with this. The LAPD have said that David took a mysterious trip to Santa Barbara in spring 2025. They determined this in their forensic examination of tracking data. The updates are that TMZ seemed to believe that LAPD believed she was killed on that trip and originally buried in Santa Barbara. However, the body was found in LA months later, so somebody went back and retrieved the body. What the hell? What the hell? This case doesn't have any logic, and I think that this person acted on emotion. And so people, decided to bury this body in Santa Barbara alongside, David. And they must have been paranoid. They must have felt like, well, this body is going to be detected and found in Santa Barbara. Let's go back in the middle of the night and basically pick up that body, get our spades, find Celeste, put her in a trunk and, drive to LA. And then they went to a car area where the cars are about to be towed, thinking that she would just be crushed in there so nobody would identify her dead body that was decomposing. But then they found the body. So either A, the plan was to leave the body in LA because of paranoia, B, somebody didn't finish the job and the body was not meant to be left there. It was meant to be decomposed or taken somewhere else. I don't know why they didn't just leave the body in Santa Barbara, because I don't think that the body would have been found if it was in the middle of the desert or wherever it's claims to be. How the hell did that body go from Santa Barbara all the way to LA? David couldn't take it. The paranoia was getting to this man and he wanted to get the body out. So this is a very significant update, guys. It is wild because I think the obvious original assumption is that he simply killed her on that trip and brought the body home. But LAPD seem to be signaling to TMZ that they believe that she was in fact buried there in Santa Barbara, and then they retrieved the body and placed it in the Tesla. If true, it's a trophy thing, very common in killers, and people were calling that the minute they reported that her body was severely decayed. You don't keep a dead body that poses this much risk to you just by having it unless you really want to possess it or intend to use it somehow. This is also the other reason that people are saying that perhaps there was a reason for this body. The question would be, what emotions were at play for the body to be moved? Fear. Maybe David was afraid of her being discovered there. Why would he think she'd be discovered in this very remote area of Santa Barbara? Paranoia. We're only hearing about one trip by David to Santa Barbara County. So was there another by somebody else? Maybe the help he got was someone bringing her back to LA. Somebody responds that, they don't believe this is the trophy thing. I think he wanted to find a better place to hide the body. There could have been a better place to hide the body. I think that's what David probably wanted to do. Or perhaps he wanted to do something with the body, which is why he said, well, you know what? Bring it back. Let me do something with the body so that I can use it as inspiration for my music. You have these freaks out there who cause harm to people and then want to turn it into art, turn it into music, turn it into poetry by abusing and harming somebody. And they've been glorified and celebrated instead of being told that no, they are freaks and need to be held accountable for their actions and go to prison. You're not an artist, bro. You're not an artist because you've killed somebody, you've been inspired by this to create amazing music and etc. and you're so cool and artsy. No, you're a criminal, you're a weirdo, you're a freak. You need to go to prison. Point blank, period. And this isn't normalized enough. Definitely, I believe he was paranoid, had somebody else bring the body back to LA, and they wanted to hide it or do something to it. And that's why it was decomposed, decaying for so long, and then it was eventually found. When it was found, or when it was about to be found in that time era, he wanted to move the deed to the house and of course packed everything up in his home and decided to move. And I don't know why it was reported that he was cooperating with the police, because that clearly isn't the case, because LAPD have come to figure this out and clear this out. LAPD will find the other people who helped move the body, and they will probably come forward to the police anyways as time goes on, because right now they're sweating bricks. They're going to rat out David for immunity. Somebody's going to do this, and that is going to expose this entire network of people, and David is the number one person, and he definitely is going down. That's why he's equipped with this lawyer, and that's why it's going to go to some kind of trial. It's going to be a really big conversation. He's officially being named as a suspect. That was just yesterday, and today LAPD are signaling that the body was buried and then unburied and moved from Santa Barbara to LA. Another significant update, guys. What's going to happen tomorrow? We don't know, but we need to keep tabs on this David case, and I'm glad that other people are reporting on it, because it shows that people are, caring for the life of Celeste Rivers and the justice that she definitely deserves, and we're going to see more updates definitely come forth. I don't think it's a trophy thing. Some people think it is. I definitely don't think it's a trophy thing. Like, I don't know. This whole Santa Barbara thing, guys, is putting a whole new timeline into play, because she could have been in the trunk for a few weeks for all we know. There could have been many different reasons for that. I don't think that this is the trophy situation. And I think that we should also wait for official reports when they come out outside of TMZ. But, for David being the freak that he is, and for the fact that he was obsessed with her, maybe he wanted the body to be taken out of Santa Barbara to brought back to LA so that he could do things to the body, even ingest and eat it. I wouldn't be surprised if he would go that far and then turn it into all this kind of art and influence that he desperately needed, because he's so rogue and cool and etc. He was obsessed with it. I can imagine that, there is a trophy sinister type of thing that he wanted to do with the body, which is why they discussed it with whoever, and he got people to bring the body back. Maybe it's, is it necromancy or something like that, when you do things to a dead body? Like, it could be something like this as well. And then they just left it in the car because he was busy. Like, it can be something like that, where you're toying around with the body, power play, ego. There's so many different reasons for why somebody wants to do it. Outside of paranoia and fear. It could be other stuff that could, be the reason. I don't know, but this is the massive discovery, guys, about Celeste's body, and everybody's talking about it on the forums, blogs, and articles. Let me know your thoughts, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel. Send a tip if you guys wish to. There's a $sign there. It goes a long way. Another update, guys, when it comes to the David madness. And hopefully this man will be arrested soon and will be in custody soon. I'm praying that this will be some of the new reports. And then, he's going to be going to trial, and it's going to be an absolute madness. It's going to be a showdown. But I can see this person ending up in jail, because David did not do this alone. He had a network of people. And one of those people, let alone 2, 3, 4, 5, they have a price. They have a price. They have a price, guys, of what they need in order for protection. And that is going to happen any minute now. All of them are sweating bricks. All of them are nervous. And I'm glad. This case is picking up by steam. So make sure you're subscribed so that you guys know what's going on, keeping up to tabs over here. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.